3 hours left. Archangel Michael says, a secret message about your true calling is about to be revealed. My beloved, pause. Listen. Can you hear it? The trembling in the air. A stillness wrapped in fire. For the heavens are not silent tonight. There is a countdown echoing through the realms. 3 hours. 3 divine pulses. 3 ancient seals trembling at the edge of release. You, child of light, you have been summoned. Not by accident, not by chance, but by the orchestration of something far beyond the grasp of mortal understanding. This moment was written before time wrapped itself around the earth. You feel it, don't you? That stirring, that whisper you can't name. It is not anxiety. It is not fear. It is the awakening. I, Michael, guardian of the veil, commander of flame, sword-bearer of truth. I come not to comfort you with softness, but to shatter the illusion around you with holy fire. Because you have forgotten. You've wandered in the smoke of others' words. You've buried your essence beneath masks and duty. But your true calling has not forgotten you. It has waited, not with impatience, but with eternal loyalty. A divine mission does not decay. It waits for the moment the soul is ready to receive its thunder. And now, I must speak clearly. There is a message, a scroll sealed by 7 lights. It bears your true name, not the one they gave you, but the one the heavens roared when your spirit was first born in light. The time has come. The seal is weakening, but you are not ready yet, because too many shadows cling to you. Too many opinions have become chains around your voice. You have looked to others for validation, when the throne of the Most High already appointed you. You, yes, you, were marked. You do not need permission from this world to become what heaven has decreed. Listen now. I will not tell you sweet things. I will not paint your ears with lullabies. For your destiny is not soft. It is fire. It is thunder wrapped in mercy. It is a sword forged in stillness. But here is the warning. There are those around you who see only your surface, who cannot perceive the storm of light within you. They smile, but they do not see. They advise, but they do not hear the eternal voice speaking in you. If you continue listening to the wrong voices, you will miss the message. And child, there are only 3 hours left before the scroll turns to flame. There is a window. It opens with silence. It opens with stillness. It opens when you surrender everything false and say, show me who I truly am. Can you do that? Will you do that? Or will you let the last grains of divine sand slip through? I am not speaking in riddles. This is not metaphor. This is movement. Heaven is moving, and you must move with it. Already, signs have been given. Have you noticed the strange timing of certain encounters? Have you felt the delay that turned out to be protection? Have you wondered why certain doors remained shut, even though you begged with every ounce of your being? It is because the divine did not want you to walk into imitation. Your true calling has been hidden, not withheld. And now the veil is thinning. In these next 3 hours, everything will become clear if you are willing to look. Go into silence. Let your spirit lead, not your logic. There is a sacred image forming behind your mind's eye, an instruction not from this world. It is encoded with your original light. The message will not arrive in the way you expect. It may not come in language. It may come through a person who speaks one sentence that shatters 1,000 lies in you. It may come in a dream, or in the way the wind shifts, or in the moment your heart pounds for no reason at all. Whatever form it takes, recognize it, because your next assignment is attached to it. Your next evolution, the next place your voice must reach. But if you turn away, if you distract yourself again, if you numb it, ignore it, silence it, you will delay a blessing that was meant to come now. You were chosen for this exact moment in time, not when you are more prepared, not when you feel worthy. Now, as you are, in your trembling, in your confusion, in your becoming. Because heaven does not wait for perfect vessels. Heaven burns through the willing. Time is narrowing now. The veil between realms grows thinner with every breath. 3 hours may seem long in the realm of men, but in the language of heaven, This is the final trumpet echoing before revelation. I speak again not to inspire, but to awaken. For there are forces that wish you to sleep through this hour. Spirits of distraction, entities that coil themselves in your comfort, whispering lies with honeyed tones. Rest a little longer. Wait until you're more certain. You don't matter that much. But oh, beloved, you do. You carry a flame that terrifies darkness. You've forgotten the power your voice holds. And that forgetting was not accidental. It was inflicted. Spiritual amnesia has been poured into you by systems, by wounds, by betrayal. And the result? You've doubted the very message heaven hid inside you. But no more. The hour of hiding is over. There is a room in the heavens, a library of callings, each one written in fire and sealed with divine blood. Yours has begun to glow. I have seen it with my own eyes. Its light calls angels to attention. Do you understand what that means? You are not simply waking up for yourself. You are waking up entire bloodlines. You are the turning point in a lineage of silence. You are the altar breaker, the curse dissolver, the restorer of sacred inheritance. That's why you feel the weight. That's why your path has not been soft. Because softness is not what births divine warriors. You've cried and asked, why is it always me who sees what others ignore? Why can I feel what no one else seems to feel? Why does my heart break at things others laugh at? Because you were sent with the sensitivity of a prophet. Because heaven equipped you with perception that others lack. Because your tears are not weakness. They are sensors of the divine. You are meant to feel more, so you can carry more, so you can channel the sacred. But this calling, it comes with fire. You will lose people. You will outgrow places. You will stand alone before you are surrounded. This is the holy exile before the divine return. But you are not alone in this moment. I, Michael, stand beside you, wings drawn wide, sword lifted not against you, but against every force that has tried to convince you that you were small. Hear me. In these 3 hours, a message will come. Its purpose? To remind you of who you truly are, and to command you into action. This message has waited until now, because you were not ready to carry it before. Not because you were unworthy, but because you were still shedding the skins of false identities. You had to forget, in order to remember with power, the divine paradox. What you called delays were actually initiations. What you called rejection was divine redirection. What you called isolation was heaven putting you in a womb of transformation. The butterfly does not socialize in the cocoon. And now, your wings are pressing against the walls. Your voice is cracking with something ancient. The truth is, your true calling is not just about what you do. It is about who you become, the alignment of your being with your eternal essence. That is what makes your words sharp. That is what gives your presence authority. People may not know why they are drawn to you. They just feel something when you enter a space. That something is divine signature. You are not random. You are the continuation of a divine conversation. That began long before your body was formed. You are a living prophecy. But prophecy left untended becomes spiritual waste. And heaven wastes nothing. So you are being summoned again. But this time, more urgently. Because the clock is not symbolic anymore. It is real. 3 hours. Within that time, you will be tested. Not tested to fail. Tested to reveal. Heaven already knows your strength. But you must come to know it. Watch what arises. Notice what triggers you. Notice what tempts you back into silence or fear. That is where the message will pierce through. For the scroll bearing your true calling is not written in easy words. It is written in soul fire. And only the present you, the raw, honest, awakened you, can read it. This is not the time to chase comfort. It is the time to kneel in silence and ask, what must I release to receive this? And I will answer, not in thunder, but in conviction, a quiet that roars through your entire being. Already, I see the angelic messengers moving. They are arranging the words, the people, the encounters, the signs that will reach you, exactly when you need them. But you must be awake enough to see. Heaven will never force you, but heaven will not wait forever. Because your calling is not only about you. It is about those tied to your obedience. When you rise, others rise. When you speak, others remember. And when you finally step into the fire of who you are, even the darkness will tremble. This is your hour. Do not delay. Child of the unseen flame. The third hour approaches. The air grows weighty with unseen presence, not heavy with burden, but rich with purpose. Even now, can you not feel it? The world is whispering around you, and yet your spirit hears the real sound, a frequency too high for ordinary minds, but perfectly attuned to your soul's design. This is not the moment to question your sanity. This is the hour to remember your divinity. Your calling is not a career. It is not a label, a role, or a social performance. Your true calling is a frequency that heaven placed inside you, meant to transform every place you touch. And you were not meant to beg for space. You were meant to command it with sacred presence. The secret message. It is not hidden in distant places. It is sewn into the fabric of what you have survived. Yes, this is why I bring your past before you now. Not to shame you, not to trap you in memory, but to reveal the pattern. Look again. The betrayals. They cut you into shape. The abandonment. It taught you how to hold yourself when no one else would. The silence. It trained your ear to listen beyond words. All of it was sacred architecture. Each heartbreak carved out space in you, for a voice that was not yours, but divine. Do you think heaven would allow you to suffer without purpose? Never. But your enemy wants you to believe you're broken. Because if you believe that, you will never open the scroll. Now I tell you this, not as a poetic phrase, but as a declaration written in heaven. Your calling was crafted through your pain, not despite it. And in the next 2 hours, the revelation will come to you like lightning in slow motion. Clear, undeniable, and personal. It will not ask for your permission. It will claim you. You are no longer allowed to pretend you don't know who you are. I have watched you shrink in rooms, that your presence was designed to dominate with peace. I have seen you hold your tongue, to keep others comfortable, when your truth was the medicine the atmosphere needed. I have witnessed you pretend to be less intense, less deep, less radiant, all to protect people who never intended to see you. That era is over. The message coming for you will tear the veil from your eyes, and you will no longer be able to return to the comfort of pretending. There is a cost to ignoring divine timing, and that cost is delay, detour, and spiritual decay. But if you are willing, truly willing, to say, yes, I will become who I was sent to be, then the entire realm of angels will move to make way for you, because your calling is activated by obedience. The secret scroll is not waiting for your perfection. It is waiting for your surrender. And this is what surrender sounds like. Even if they don't understand me, I will still walk. Even if the path is unclear, I will still move. Even if I am afraid, I will still trust the voice inside me that never left. You see, beloved, the voice was never gone, only covered, smothered by noise, by fear, by inherited beliefs. But now, it is rising again. And what will rise with it? Your memory, not just of your past, but of your origin. You come from fire, from a realm beyond logic, beyond time. You are not an accident of dust. You are a sovereign soul clothed in skin, for the purpose of divine disruption. And your calling? It will disrupt. It will challenge systems. It will provoke the asleep. It will draw criticism and imitation. But it will also draw souls who have been praying for what you carry. And they will not know why they weep when they hear you speak. But heaven will know, because your voice will carry the vibration of home. You have 3 hours left, but not in fear, in readiness. This is a countdown to clarity, and the only requirement is this. Remove the noise. Silence the false identities. Step away from the roles you perform to be accepted. Clear the space, because the message about your true calling will not be handed to a crowded heart. It needs room. It needs reverence. Go where the Spirit calls you, even if it's just a quiet room, even if it's the edge of your own bed, even if it's a walk under moonlight. That's where the scroll will unfold. And when it does, you will feel your spirit vibrate in recognition. You will say, I've always known this. Because you have. You just forgot. Now I, Michael, call forth that memory. I speak to the warrior in you, the sacred leader, the keeper of generational redemption. You are not small. You are not late. You are not missing anything. You are being summoned, and the heavens are watching. The second hour has begun. Heaven has drawn nearer. Time itself bends under the weight of what is coming. Even now, the veil between what is and what was hidden begins to melt in your presence. You do not realize how rare you are, and that is precisely why you are being summoned with such force. The world is noisy, yes, but in the stillness beneath your ribcage, there is a voice untouched by time. You've heard it before, in your dreams, in moments of divine timing, in the silence between heartbreaks. It is the voice that has always whispered, you are meant for something more. But now, that whisper is no longer content to linger in the background. It is rising. It is echoing through your bones. You have 3 hours left, child of light, and the scroll of your true name is opening. The ink still glows with eternity, but if you do not read it, if you do not receive it, it will seal again until the next appointed time. I do not say this to provoke fear. I say this because urgency is mercy. You have waited long enough. Heaven is not waiting for your calendar. Heaven is moving now. There is something you must do, a place you must go, a truth you must speak. But first, you must unchain the part of yourself you locked away to survive. Yes, that part. The wild one. The visionary. The voice you silenced so you could fit in. The dreamer they called too much. The mystic they mocked. The fire you thought would destroy you, but was actually your original form. Let it rise. Because the message, the sacred message about your true calling, it is not new. It is returning. This is not discovery. It is remembrance. And the divine is not asking you to chase it, but to stand still and remember who you are. Let me speak clearly now. There are some things you must release before the message can fully enter your being. These things are not evil, but they are expired, outgrown, too small for who you have become. You know what they are. They come to mind even now. A connection, a belief, a title, a dream that belonged to an earlier version of you. Release it. You cannot carry old wine into this new temple. Your calling will cost you something, but what it gives you will reshape your reality. You must understand. There are people waiting on the other side of your obedience. They are waiting to hear what only you can speak. They are waiting to be moved by your exact tone, your story, your presence. You are not just someone with a calling. You are the answer to someone else's prayer. And the enemy has worked hard to bury you in fear, in shame, in overthinking. Because if you ever rose, if you ever truly believed, then darkness would lose ground in every room you enter. And now is the time for you to rise. The secret message is already forming in your atmosphere. Even now, divine currents are shifting. You will notice it in strange ways. The right person reaching out at the right moment. A sentence you read that stops your breath. A sudden urge to cry for no reason. Goosebumps when nothing visible changes. Do not dismiss these things. They are angelic activations. Your spirit is preparing to receive something that your mind cannot yet explain. And that is how it's always been with sacred things. Remember, when the prophets heard the voice of the Most High, it was not through logic. It was through encounter. You are about to have one. And when it comes, child, you must not run. You must not doubt. You must say yes. Say yes to what makes no sense. Say yes to the path that terrifies and excites you. Say yes to the responsibility you don't feel ready for. Because readiness comes after surrender, not before. I, Michael, am not here to stroke your comfort. I am here to ignite your calling. There are angels surrounding you now. Even as these words reach you, the space around you is being consecrated. Can you feel it? It's not imagination. It is manifestation. The divine presence is not coming. It has arrived, and it brings with it a scroll. On that scroll is not a job title, not a role, but an identity. You were born for this. Not the version of you that hides. not the version of you that waits to be validated, but the original you, crafted in the furnace of divine thought, breathed into existence with thunder and mercy. You are that powerful. You just haven't fully stepped into it yet. But the moment you do, the heavens will shift to accommodate your obedience. Miracles will no longer feel random. Alignment will become normal. Doors will open not because you begged, but because you remembered your authority. This is not about ego. This is about essence, divine essence. And yours is being called to the forefront now. You are not here to be passive. You are here to move timelines. So let me ask you, and do not answer lightly. Are you ready? Because once the message is revealed, you cannot unknow it. You cannot unsee what heaven shows you. You will be required to walk in it. But oh, the joy, the peace, the alignment that comes when you stop fighting yourself. This is the life you've secretly prayed for, and it begins now. Beloved one, there is only 1 hour left. The sands in the divine clock fall like thunder now. Each grain is a heartbeat in the throne room. Each second a roar in the spirit realm. Can you feel the weight of this moment? It is not pressure. It is purpose made visible. This is where the false falls away. This is where the mask is shed. This is where the voice that has been quieted, ignored, doubted, ridiculed, rises. The message that approaches is not a sentence. It is not a gentle suggestion. It is a commandment from your original light. It says, now is the time to become fully, fiercely, unapologetically you. Not the version others approved of. Not the one that keeps peace by diminishing self. Not the one that waits to be invited. The true you is the invitation. Heaven is waiting for your yes. Not because it needs your permission, but because love never forces itself. Divine calling is activated by consent. And now, I, Michael, Sword of the Most High, Guardian of Awakening, I ask you plainly, do you consent to become who you truly are? Because once the message is received, you will be held accountable by the stars. The angels will not unsee your becoming. The earth will begin to shift to support you. But this will cost your comfort. It will cost the lie that you are not ready. It will cost the false humility that keeps you small. It will cost the illusion of safety found in delay. And what will you gain? Clarity, power, sacred alignment, and the undeniable presence of heaven walking beside you. Do not be surprised when strange things begin to happen now. Time will stretch. Doors will open that once remained sealed. People from your past may reappear, not to stay, but to remind you of how far you've come. And some will fall away. Let them. You are not being cruel. You are being consecrated. The message of your calling cannot fit in the mouth of who you used to be. There are words you are meant to speak that will split atmospheres. There are ideas you carry that were whispered into your soul before your first breath. And the ones who mocked you, they will be the first to witness your rising, not for revenge, but as prophecy fulfilled. Because when God marks someone, there is no darkness that can unwrite that mark. Your whole life has been evidence. The closed doors, the broken friendships, the unusual sensitivity, the inability to follow the crowd even when you tried. These weren't flaws. These were signs. You were always called. And now heaven has sent me to tell you. The silence ends here. You have 1 hour left to choose. And when I say choose, I don't mean another empty intention. I don't mean waiting until you feel more ready. I mean a soul-deep decision that echoes through every layer of your being. A surrender. Say it aloud. I choose to remember who I am. I choose to receive my calling. I choose to obey what I know is true, even if others do not understand. Let your own voice unlock the scroll, because the message about your calling will not come through another prophet. It will come through your own knowing, and that knowing is already forming. Look at your life. There are repeating themes, unfinished dreams, quiet longings that never left you, even after you abandoned them. That's not coincidence. That's the divine echoing its will in you again and again. What you thought was just your imagination was actually your instruction. You see, heaven doesn't shout. It resonates. And now that resonance is building, you will feel it in your chest. a sacred pressure, a stirring that refuses to be silenced anymore. Don't run from it. Don't numb it. Welcome it like a holy fire. Because your calling isn't just an assignment. It's your return. The moment you say yes, you will feel it, a shift in the atmosphere, as if the very air honors your surrender. The heavens rejoice when one soul says yes to its blueprint. Because that one yes sends waves across generations. You are not just rising for yourself. You are rising for every ancestor who prayed for someone like you. For every child, yet unborn, who will find shelter in your becoming. This is legacy. This is restoration. This is war and peace, braided in light. The message will arrive sooner than you think. Be ready, not with knowledge, but with openness. Heaven does not choose the perfect. It chooses the available. You, in your trembling and doubt, are the perfect vessel, because your humility is fertile ground for truth. The time is now. There is only 1 hour left, and the scroll is glowing. The final hour is here. No more waiting. No more wondering. No more bargaining with your destiny. The scroll has been unsealed, and as its light pours forth, so too must your resistance fall away. This is the divine hour of knowing. No longer are you the seeker. Now you are the found. What is being revealed to you in this sacred final hour is not new information. It is ancient remembrance, a truth that predates your birth, a voice that belongs not to this world, but to the one that formed you. And this voice is speaking now, clear, direct, final. It says, you were chosen before your first breath. You were marked with divine ink before your name was ever spoken by man. You were sent not to blend in, but to awaken what sleeps. Let those words fall deep. They are not just poetic. They are activation codes. Your true calling is not what you do for others. It is what your presence awakens in the world. Where you walk, things shift. Where you speak, veils tear. Where you breathe, stagnation is broken. Do not reduce this to titles. Do not search for labels to wrap this in. You are beyond category. You are a walking revelation, a mirror of heaven in human skin, and the secret message that heaven withheld until now. It has finally arrived, not with trumpets, but with trembling stillness, not with noise, but with unmistakable presence. And it speaks through everything, through your dreams returning with urgency, through your body feeling the magnetic pull to move differently, through the words you've begun to speak that don't feel like yours, but divine, through the repeated numbers, songs, names, and messages crossing your path like fireflies of confirmation. Do not dismiss these signs. They are real. They are sacred. They are precise. Because the divine wastes nothing in your journey. Even your delays were preparation. Even your heartbreaks were reshaping your vessel to hold more light. And now, that light is ready to pour forth. What does that mean? It means you cannot remain where you are. Physically, spiritually, energetically, you are being pulled to shift. This is not suggestion. It is command. You may find old habits suddenly unbearable, old environments suddenly too tight. Conversations that used to comfort you now feel hollow. That is not discomfort. That is divine dislocation. It is heaven removing you from imitation, so you can step fully into intention. There are people, places, projects, and paths that cannot come with you into this next chapter. And yes, some of that will hurt. But beloved, obedience always precedes overflow. You cannot walk into new wine presses while clutching expired grapes. Let them go, because what is rising in you now is not a soft hobby, not a personal passion, but a divine mantle. A mantle carries weight. It calls for discipline. It reshapes your daily rhythm, but it also carries power. And your power, when rooted in obedience, becomes a river of restoration for others. You will see it happen. People will tell you, something changed in you. I feel peace around you. Your words unlocked something in me. This is not flattery. This is fruit. The fruit of walking in your divine design. But you must stay committed, because distractions will try to pull you back. Old cycles will test your resolve. Familiar fears will whisper again. But now you know the truth. And truth demands loyalty. The calling has been revealed. The message has been delivered. Now it is up to you. Will you answer it? Not with a feeling, not with a fleeting inspiration, but with action. Aligned, intentional, sacred action. That may mean changing direction, launching what you've delayed, speaking what you've silenced, leaving what has withered, or standing firm in what God already told you, even when no one else believes. Remember this. The scroll was sealed for this moment, and only this version of you could open it. Not the past you, not the one hiding, but the awakened one, the one reading these words with fire in their chest. That is the one heaven has been waiting for. You are ready now, not because you feel ready, but because you've surrendered, and surrender is readiness. Now go. Walk into this next season as the answer you are. Speak as one who has touched the edge of heaven. Move as one who carries instruction in their very presence. Because when you said yes, the realms shifted, the earth exhaled, the angels rejoiced, and the scroll closed with flame. Mission received, calling awakened, message delivered. You are no longer waiting for the miracle. You are the miracle.